Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium. The smoke machine is rolling and the Miami Hurricanes making their customary grand entrance onto the field. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hurricanes will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense, always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Canes want to move quickly. Smith dropping to pass. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And here comes the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's looking to throw. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding, open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Smith wants to throw. Working that left side now. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
Throws to the wideout. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Looking to pass on second down. Swings it out to the flat. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Skips away from pressure. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll leave it with him. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Use the play fake, now to throw. Puck, nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped them.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They'll run it. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. And the Canes in the hurry-up. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The give to the tailback. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Hurricanes are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the middle. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Leaves it with the running back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Quarterback extends the play. He'll pull it down and run. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Canes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Now on first down from the 30. They're going to ride this running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years. And the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. It's a reverse. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
This offense can break off explosive plays, throwing it and running it and doing it in a variety of ways, and I like how they get their receivers involved. Nice job there on that jet sweep getting the first.
Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Running back searching for a hole. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. He got it. And the 3 ball gives us a tie. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Buffalo is in front. They've represented Western New York so well today. They still have to finish the job, and that's not a given. They are up by 7 over the Coyotes. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. They'll run it from the gun. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Smith dropping to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And the Canes send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep.
On to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 25. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here come the Irish back on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to set.
Can anyone catch him? They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden takes, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
The give to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score. Notre Dame 10, Miami 3.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. Smith wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got...
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last...
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Number 12.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here.
17, Miami, 3.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down here for the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got it. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's looking to throw it. He unleashes a long one. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Canes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice? And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. This passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, running back on the move. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific start from there in beautiful Miami Gardens. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Everett. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Slants against man. That wide receiver has to win right now at the line of scrimmage against that DB playing man coverage. Quarterback timing with the wide receiver.
Looking deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And here comes the offense on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty...
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And the Canes want to pick up the tempo. Movement here from the tight end. He'll keep it himself. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now on second and goal. Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in...
Touchdown, Miami! They take the lead with the 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They go to the ground. At the 35, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Turns it on at midfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. The give to the back. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. Off he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and third down. On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Power football with the run. He's loose at the 15. He's off to the races. The 40. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Kane. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
What an unbelievable play on offense, and I think the thought process was, hey, we're on our own 2-yard line. Let's just run the ball and give ourselves some space, give ourselves some better field position. But the ball carrier says, no way. I'm making people miss. I'm taking this thing to the crib. And he showed you his speed. Wow, what a game-changing type play.
Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 4...
Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
If your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He wants to go deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Irish send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Handoff to the single running back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. Smith dropping to pass. Trying to burn this defensive back. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Wants to throw on first down. Coming after it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. We might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Feeling some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Quarterbacks don't have high completion percentages from their backs. It's been really hard for this QB to get in any kind of rhythm. We've got to change something up here. We've got to do something different because right now it's just a sack.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Yeah, defensively, this is beautiful. You want them to be aggressive. You got to continue to get stops. You got the lead. Now you give the ball back to your offense again.
Touchdown, Hurricane! And they take it in for 6 more points. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down from the 13. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field it close to the 50. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Smith wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. The Canes will send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Grabs it in the middle.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Complete to the right. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't.
He's going for a big play downfield. And it's caught inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Irish! And he makes the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. A first down for the offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. They'll go to the ground. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. The Hurricanes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. They'll leave it with the lone back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. A 3rd and long coming up here. And now this team has fallen into a 3-game slide and a season of promise.